Good morning everyone, Melissa here with Paper Fairy Tales. I'm here to share my March DT project for J&S Hobbies and Crafts. And I decided to film outside today as it's very nice out and I don't have the best lighting in the house. So hopefully there won't be too much background noise. I'm sure you'll hear the birds chirping. And we also live fairly close to an army base. So you do hear a lot of helicopters and stuff during the day. So I'm going to switch the lighting here in a second, or the position, because it looks like the sun's starting to move. But I'm really excited for this month's project, or projects. I was given the Gilded Lily collection by Graphic 45. And I was also given this jewelry box that you see here. Now, I did something a little bit different. I decided not to use this or decorate it or alter it as a jewelry box. I've actually taken out the one compartment has an area for you to fit rings in. I ripped those rolls out and made a flat surface, and I decided to use this little box as a place to store some of my metal pieces, some of my charms, things that are extra special as far as my charms go. I actually have a very large toolbox that I store most of my metal embellishments and charms in, and all my hardware and things like that. But some of my pretty elements that I've collected either online or at Hobby Lobby in the jewelry section, things like that, I wanted a special place for those, and I decided that this would be the best way to store them. I'm working on cleaning out a section in our basement, and I'm going to get my own craft room, which I'm really excited about. For the past year and a half, I have been crafting in my dining room, and I cannot stand looking at all my craft stuff in my dining room. And I'm sure my husband is too, because he is volunteering to section off a portion of our basement and to build me a little craft room, which means a studio, which means better lighting and better videos. So obviously I'm really excited about that. But anyway, I digress. Back to the projects. Now, I finished the jewelry box, and obviously there wasn't a lot of paper used in creating this. So I wanted to make something in addition to the jewelry box, and I watched, I don't remember, I believe it was Miranda on Prima Marketing. There was a YouTube video that was posted about a week or two ago where she made these stacks of love letters, and they can be functional where you can stick little notes in them for your hubby or significant other, or you can decorate them even as a home decor piece, which is what I've done here. My craft room, I want it to be kind of a shabby chic slash vintage style feel, and I thought that these Gilded Lily papers would be a good way to start creating some items to showcase in my craft room. So these love letters here, they are attached together, and they will sit somewhere in my craft room. So let me see if we can get a little bit better lighting, and we will go into these projects in detail. Okay, I think we got a little bit better lighting. I was able to move into the shade. So we're going to go over the jewelry box first, and I'm just going to move this a little bit and show you the box. In addition to the jewelry box and the Gilded Lily papers, I was given these Prima flowers, and these are from the Tales of You and Me collection. And this pack is really great for like filler flowers. Obviously, if you're like me, you like the big roses and rosebuds and some of the other paper blooms. And these ones are nice for tucking in when you're clustering your flowers. And they come in a pack of 100 flowers, so it's actually a pretty good deal. And give me a minute here. I'll grab them. So this is what the packaging looks like. Okay, and these are available on the J&S Hobbies and Crafts website. If you look here, there's your item number. It's the Tales of You and Me paper collection. And this jewelry box is by Darice or Darius, I'm not sure how you say that. And this is also available on the Hobbies and Crafts website. And it comes plain, obviously, so let's get started into this. Now, I haven't finished the bottom. I was going to put some papers on there, but I changed my mind. So if you look, I'm just going to tilt this just a little bit. Oops, I guess I did put paper on it. Isn't it amazing how quick you can forget about stuff? But as far as the bottom here goes, if you look, I've used some little spools that I've had in my stash, and they are stained with like a greenish color. I'm not sure if that's gonna focus. There you go. And I didn't want this to sit flat. I wanted it to kind of stand up. So I decided to use the spools as feet here. So I've got 4 on here. And then what I did with the box is I had some pink paint in my stash, and you can see the paint there. I painted the entire box. I used 2 coats to get a really nice bold color, opaque. I didn't want it to be stripy or light, as I originally was going to use this as a mixed media project, and I changed my mind because I just wanted to use the papers. This paper collection is absolutely gorgeous, and it's one of my favorites. So after I painted it, if you look here along the edges, I've used some cream colored paint and just used my finger and just wiped it along the edges. And then after that was fairly dry, I had some gold paint in my stash, which I went around the edges as well. So in some areas you're going to see more of a gold feel. I wanted to pull the glamour and the glitz from the paper collection kind of into the box. You see, it gives it a really nice shimmer. So after I was done with that, and I did the inside as well, but we'll get there in a second, I cut my papers and put this paper on the top, and then I've got a couple different papers here on the sides. These trims you see here are just different trims that I've had in my stash. There's some pink pearl trim and some lace, and then this pretty pearl trim that I've had waiting for a nice project like this. So I just put that all around the edges. And then this here is actually from one of the cut-apart sheets. There's a lady, I believe, that stands next to this, but I loved this little sentiment here. Let us be elegant or die. That's from Amy from Little Women. I just liked that. So I just inked the edges and popped it up on some chipboard and attached it to the front there. Then on the top here, there's a lot of fussy cutting with this project. I took one of the papers that has all these different flowers, different size lilies, and other flowers here, and I just fussy cut them and then just layered them on top of each other. Like this here is one image. There's a large lily back here, and then a group of smaller lilies, and then again the little flower cluster here. And these I actually fussy cut from the signature sheet. It's the first sheet in the collection. On each side it has these. So I cut all that out. And again, I always multi-mat the underside of my papers before I fussy cut them, as it does give the paper a lot more integrity, especially when you're dealing with some smaller places like the leaves and stuff like that. It helps keep it from ripping or tearing. So it just gives it a little bit more structure. So then I took this from the paper, from the signature sheet, the Gilded Lily, and I popped it up on some chipboard, which I don't know if you can really see the dimension here, but it is lifted up from the box. Then I just took some of those Prima flowers here and clustered them in each corner. Then I took some gold sheer ribbon that I had in my stash and tied a little bow, and then layered a couple more of those Prima flowers on top. And underneath here you can see there's another fussy cut flower thing that I just added to the underneath of there. So that's the front and top of the box. On the back I just took some more of those Prima flowers and just kind of lined them up there towards the center. And then this again, uh-oh, oh no, you guys fell, hold on. I'm sorry, oh geez, good Lord, make you guys sick. Let me fix this here just a smidge. I apologize, guys. It's been one of them days. But anyway, I took some pearl trim that I had in my stash. And this is actually kind of stretchy. So I was able to stretch it across and really pull some of those pearls and stuff apart. So, now for the inside, like I said, this is a jewelry box. So when you lift the lid here, I'm going to pick my camera up here. This portion right here, where you see the gentleman and the lady and these flowers, this is actually a mirror behind here. So I just took a piece of paper from the paper collection and cut it to fit the frame and the mirror and adhered it there. Then I've got some more fussy cut flowers here, which I have popped up on some chipboard. This has one layer here, and then the large lily on top actually has a double layer to really pop up those flowers. And then again, I just tucked some of the Prima flowers in the back for some added interest. And these, the lady and the gentleman here, again, is fussy cut from another one of the papers. And I don't know if it's going to show in the lighting or not. Let me see here. But I've got Winka Stella here on the ruffles on her dress. There are some on the leaves up here, and then again on his coat. And I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to show in this lighting. But it does really add to the fussy cutted images. So then in the bottom here, if you look, I've taken this portion right here was a place for you to hold rings. And I just ripped that out and tried to get as much of the glue and spongy stuff out as I could. Then I cut a piece of chipboard to fit and just hot glued it down to the bottom to make my extra little area here for some of my charms. And as you can see, a lot of these charms are more vintage. They're more of my, what I like to call my special charms and stuff that I like to use for in my mini albums. So I just took all those that had been sitting in a bag and just filled up my box. And then again, as I collect little pieces and stuff, isn't this pretty? I love this. Let's see if you can turn this here. This actually has a little, it's just very, very feminine, very pretty. But yeah, I just took all my little special trinkets and stuff that I've been saving for special projects and put them in there. And then again, this will sit in my craft room and be a nice little conversation piece and yet still be functional. So I hope you enjoyed my jewelry box. Now for the other project here, I did my love letters. And if you look on YouTube for Prima Marketing, you will find, I believe it's Miranda, her Prima Live broadcast where she shows you how to make these love letters. And I just think it's a cute idea and it's a lot of fun. I will probably make some more of these. But for now, I really love this paper collection and thought this would be a good time to try out her tutorial. Now, I will tell you these envelopes were made using an envelope punch board. But as she tells you in the video, you can use regular envelopes, just rip them apart and use them as templates. You know, however you want to do it. You don't have to have a particular tool to make those envelopes. You can use as many as you want. I think she stacked like 5 to 7 envelopes. This time here, I've actually got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 envelopes, I believe, that I decided to mash together. And after you create the envelopes, you just stack them, you know, kind of haphazard as regular mail would look. And I just tacked some hot glue in the very center so I could still, they're still pretty, I mean, they'll move apart and stuff. And also it helps with when you're embellishing and adding the stuff, you know, tucking stuff in. So you just stack them up and have a blast embellishing. This here is some gold. It's a little stiff, so it was nice for the bow. But I just took that. I'm going to set this camera down so I can pick those letters up and show you. Hopefully I won't lose you guys again. But if you look here, I've just got a bow tied around, and it goes the whole way around. Okay? And I stuck this cameo that I had in my stash in the center. And these are just some flowers that I had in my stash. I've got some little resin roses, you know, different trims here, and I just had a really good time embellishing this. I love how it turned out. Now this rose here, I'll tell you, this rose I actually got in a rack from, or no, I believe it was a prize package for Sawcrafters challenge she had back last summer. And I got these from Angela Blanchard here on YouTube, and I got a whole big huge bag full of these. I think there was like 12 to 16 roses in there, and they were a little bit too white and pink. So what I did was I sprayed the white part with some tea stain colored spray to kind of mute the white. And then because I covered it up and it was looking more gold, I went back over the edges with some pink spray to kind of bring that pink back out. And I just love that shimmer. I think it's gorgeous. And the same with these rosebuds. To kind of tone down the white, I just sprayed them with some of the tea stain colored and pink sprays. So then just tuck some leaves here. Again, I just got some trim adhered, and I got this little resin rose on top. This is a little metal paper clip. I just thought it gave some added interest. I've got some trims tucked in back here, some more trim here on the back, and some more of those, some more of those rosebuds. And then this here is just a cutout from the paper line, as well as this here. So that's my project. I hope you enjoyed them. I know I had a lot of fun creating them. I think they turned out beautifully, and I still have a lot of paper left. It was a 12 by 12 pad, so I still have plenty of paper left to play with. So be looking for some more projects. Again, this is for J&S Hobbies and Crafts design team projects. You can go on to J&S Hobbies and Crafts. You can get this paper pad there. There's plenty of flower embellishments and other trims that you can buy to create some really awesome projects. So until next time, bye.